All right, breaking inputs coming in as far as the IndiGo passenger assault case is concerned. IndiGo has replied to the Aviation Ministry. President Aditya Ghosh, in a letter to the Minister of Civil Aviation, has written, and I quote, "I personally called and apologized to Mr. Katyal 3 weeks ago. I remember telling him that I had seen the video and assured him that we will investigate this matter thoroughly. Employees were immediately suspended and we conducted a detailed investigation. The incident should have been avoided by improving our communication with the customer. The reality is, my colleagues were only trying to act in the best interest of the safety of Mr. Katyal and trying to prevent a potential serious mishap." Those are the latest details that are coming in this particular case. Now remember, earlier Civil Aviation Minister Ashok Gajapati Raju had summoned all stakeholders in this case and said that such barbaric actions cannot be allowed.
बात सुनो, गाली देने का कोई फायदा नहीं है। खड़ा के इधर आ जाओ, इधर आ जाओ। अरे ये आप अपनी एज को देख के गाली, आप एज को देख के देना, आप अपनी एज को देख के गाली दो ना। अजीब आदमी, तो अपना काम कर नहीं रहा, मेरे गाली कैसे दे रहा है? गाली हेलो, बाहर की बात क्या है इसमें? रोक ले, एक मिनट रोक लो, यहीं रोक लो, यहीं रोक लो। सॉरी।
Security agencies also might come up with some difficulties in future. I can't say this thing. We are not going to go into who is right, who is wrong at this stage. Any violation will definitely be attended to. Mr. Bhatia had come in here in the morning. He had met me. I told him also that this type of barbarous things should not be allowed.
All right, for more details, let's go across to Hina, who's joining in on the phone line. Hina, take us through what the latest developments are in this particular case now.
Well, the latest update is that IndiGo has submitted a report to Ministry of Civil Aviation. In fact, today morning, promoter of IndiGo Airlines, Rahul Bhatia, had also come to meet with the Minister of Civil Aviation. He also met the secretary here and he was supposed to submit the report. So that has happened. Now, in the report, which is very interesting, that Aditya Ghosh has acknowledged that something which was not right, which shouldn't have happened, did happen on 15th of October. But here also he has put the entire responsibility, entire blame on Montu Kalra, the whistleblower, the person who had actually made a video of this incident so that he can take it to the management so that the correct action can be taken. And here also the people, the officials, the ground staff officers of IndiGo who can be seen in the video very clearly, physically, assaulting this passenger. They are being shielded. Now, why is that happening? That's a big question, something that even only IndiGo can really answer at this point in time. DGCA is going to do an independent inquiry in this matter, and immediately Ministry of Civil Aviation has taken some action as well. That pending inquiry, the 3 ground staff members of IndiGo who were involved in physical violence, their airport entry passes have been suspended, which simply means that they will be employees of IndiGo, but they will not be able to enter the Delhi airport. And that is an action that we have seen coming in from Ministry of Civil Aviation, a huge impact of our story. Now a statement also has come from IndiGo Airlines, but we'll have to see how the ministry now reacts, because now we'll have to see what DGCA, the safety regulator, and VCAS, the security regulator, have to say on these matters.
Right. And Hina, any more clarity on what started this entire incident in the first place? Because from the video, you only see once there's something obviously seems to have happened before the beginning of the video. Do we have any clarity on what that was?
Well, we have spoken to the passenger, Mr. Rajiv Katyal, in this case. So there was some sort of an argument that took place. There was verbal altercation that took place between the passenger and the ground staff officials of IndiGo, and then he was not allowed to board the bus. And that is when all this started. According to the passenger here, Mr. Katyal got attacked by the IndiGo staff member first, and then he reverted, which is what we can see in the video as well. IndiGo continues to say that it was Mr. Montu Kalra, who was actually making the video also, was the one who instigated this entire episode, and because of his intervention and his provocation, that this matter reached this level. In fact, physical violence took place because of the intervention by Montu Kalra. That's what IndiGo continues to say. We'll have to, of course, see how DGCA reacts to this, because BCAS, the security regulator, has already issued a show cause notice. So there is going to be an inquiry that the ministry has ordered. IndiGo has already submitted its report, putting the blame completely on Montu Kalra and trying to safeguard those officials who were involved in physical violence, who can be seen very clearly. Now, it is a service industry. This is hospitality. We cannot expect anybody to justify the kind of physical violence that we have seen, and that's why we are asking IndiGo that why are they not acting against those who can be seen in this video indulging in physical violence? Why have you only sacked or taken action against the employee who was only making the video, who was perhaps being the messenger in this case, who could have rather helped IndiGo analyze the situation better and become better with their services?
Right. So, Hina, at this point, there's only that one employee who was taking the video who's been suspended at this point?
Yes, he has been sacked. His services have been terminated. The other 3 employees we were given to understand who can be seen indulging in physical violence were given a warning, and then they were back on their jobs. But now ministry has taken note of our big news break, and ministry has ordered that their airport entry passes should be suspended immediately. Till the time this matter is not over, their airport entry passes will not be renewed, which simply means that they will remain employees of IndiGo, but they will not be able to come to the airport. They will not have an entry there, which means they won't be able to do their job. So, in a way, ministry has taken an action, but IndiGo continues to reiterate that Mr. Montu Kalra is not a whistleblower. In fact, he's the one who instigated all this matter, and that is why it reached to this level. But we'll have to see and wait for the final report now, which the ministry has asked for.
Right. Thanks, Hina, for getting us all those details. We'll, of course, now have to wait and see what really comes out of the inquiry that is being conducted.